She's a force in boardrooms and a light in the community. From pro cheerleader to startup coach, Zakiya Alta Lee is redefining what it means to lead with purpose, power, and faith. On today's episode of the Bro Code Show, Community Spotlight, we dive into her journey, her code, and how she's helping the next generation rise up with confidence and clarity. Enjoy the show.
What's up, good people? We are back for another episode of the Bro Code Show Community Spotlight. How you doing, young lady? Doing all right?
Doing amazing.
Doing amazing. You got
Fantastic.
the melanin popping? Yeah,
Thank you.
We are glowing around here. Yes.
I do what I can. I do what I can.
Indeed. I try.
I try.
Indeed. So you have been a pro cheerleader, earned your Duke MBA, launched a startup, and now you're empowering founders and speakers, speaking life into women everywhere. Mm-hmm. So people know you for that, but who is Zakiya Alta Lee-Hill? Shout out to Mr. Hill. What's happening, sir? But who is all those names that we just talked about?
Oh my gosh.
When the lights go out.
Wow, that's a great question. Zakiya was named 3 days after I was born. Means intelligent or smart. Alta means tall.
Okay.
In Spanish. Zakiya is Swahili, Arabic. Alta is tall, Spanish. Lee is of Asian descent. It means plower of the field. And Hill is your girl's new last name. So I think that when you look at who I am, I think that name embodies kind of who I am, right? As an individual, okay, when the lights go out. I try my best to make good choices, be wise in the choices that I make. I'm smart. Tall, I feel like that's more of my personality. I have a very big personality. I'm always someone who always shows up, right? Like when I walk in the room, you're probably gonna notice. Lee, plower of the field, that's someone who's always working, always digging, always growing, always cultivating. And Hill, that just encompasses, my husband, my children. I have a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. And so I'm all of those things. Just a woman that's out here, doing her thing, living life, enjoying every moment of it, for the most part, and growing.
You were definitely doing all of those things because when I looked at your bio, I was like, all right, well, former cheerleader. Okay, I get that. Okay, where we going from here? But you didn't stop there though, yo. It's like, okay, you took that superpower, if you may, that amazingness, right? You showing up for people and entertaining and being a big personality, but you didn't stop there, right? You also started a startup, right?
Yep.
But you lead by faith, you pour into women, and you bring motivation everywhere you go.
Yeah.
But like, how did all of those passions come together, especially in what you do day by day?
Yeah. I mean, it's been a natural progression. It may not seem like it, but it's been a natural progression. I've always been a person that believed you needed to follow your passions in life, right? And so look, here's the quick story. When I was asked at 16, 17, what do you want to do with the rest of your life?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I know what I want to do next. I mean, 16-year-olds barely know what they want for dinner, much less what they want to do for the rest of their lives.
This is true.
And that's where they should be.
I have one.
Right, see? Okay.
Right.
So I said, look, this is what I want to do next, right? I've always been very passionate about performing. I knew I wanted to do that from a young age. I knew I wanted to do it while I was young. I never wanted to kind of look back over my life and say, what if? And so went to undergrad at Florida State, dance. After that, an opportunity, opened up with the Hawks. I auditioned there, became an Atlanta Hawks dancer or cheerleader. The words are kind of
ATL shout
interchangeably. Yes, ATL shout out. From there, I continued to kind of grow in this space, and that's when I started Z-Pro Prep. Z-Pro Prep was a training camp for women nationwide who were trying to become professional NFL and NBA dancers and cheerleaders, right? And essentially, I had the code, right? Like, I knew what you needed to do to get into this world. 1, because I'd been in this world. 2, because the Hawks had hired me previously to come back and be a judge and sit on the other side of the table. So I had just kind of this blueprint on how to do that. And so started Z-Pro Prep. Initially, I thought I was starting it just to help women make pro teams, but as time moved on, I realized I'm uplifting these women. I'm empowering them. Not all of them are going to become professional dancers and cheerleaders, but all of them need to be uplifted. They need to be empowered. They need to know that you are enough.
Right.
Those are things I'm very passionate about. Now, what was revealed to me later, and this is when it got scary, was that by uplifting and empowering women, you are literally uplifting and empowering generations. Because those women who have children will be teaching their children the same thing that's in them, right? And so it got real deep then, and that's when I got very serious about uplifting and empowering women. Like I said, you are enough, just like all of those being kind of those mantras that I live by. And so from there, I realized, okay, I like big business and enterprise. I realized I like grassroots, but I want to understand big business and enterprise. So I was like, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna pivot? That's what led me back to Fuqua, where I got my MBA from Duke. Did everything entrepreneurial you could do there. After Duke, I pivoted for a short bit into corporate, realized it wasn't for me, and then this opportunity in the VC world opened up, and so now I'm a venture capitalist. So it's been a windy road, but it's always been connected to me following my passions, me finding ways to uplift others, and kind of my passion for women.
I love that. When we're going to talk about that whole journey, because you just gave the people a whole lot. We got to go all the way down this yellow brick road.
Okay.
That's fine though. But what we're going to do is we're going to start off right here with hometown, because before you came and evolved into what you are now, you had to start somewhere.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, roots here in Raleigh?
Born and raised, Raleigh, North Carolina, Wake County, all day.
All day, let's get it. Talk to me about the mindset, the hustle, and the values that came from growing up in this area. How did it shape you?
Man, I love North Carolina.
Okay, North Carolina.
Yes, I know.
Born and raised up.
I can't even tell you how many people are like, do you know P.D. Pablo? I'm like, and I say to them, I'm like, you know North Carolina's a state, not like a street, right?
It's not that big, right?
Right,
Exactly.
it's not like a community. We all grew up together. I do not. But I love North Carolina because there's some things, some values that I got in North Carolina that I didn't realize were developed in North Carolina until I moved out to LA and to Atlanta and all these other places, right? And so there's something about North Carolinians. We are just good folk, right? Like, I mean, no one's perfect, but I just feel like everyone here is just kind of minding their business, taking care of, you know, whatever they need to take care of, running their companies, taking care of their families, whatever the case may be. And so one of the things that I got from North Carolina, and I didn't realize this until I moved on, but I don't get starstruck. I think that's why I actually had a stint in Hollywood and did some acting and things like that. I don't get starstruck.
Slight flex. Listen,
I'm just saying, you may have seen me on, no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, like, and I realized I got that from North Carolina. Like, I don't get starstruck because people are just people, right? And I may respect you for what you've done. Like, oh, that's great. Congratulations. That's so cool. Right. But people are just people. And so that's something I got here in North Carolina. Just kind of that solid moral foundation, right? I think that came here. Like, we're in the South. You know, there's just certain things you just do or don't do.
Right.
Just to be polite, just to be a kind person.
Any camera can press record, but only we create an experience. At Bro Code TV Productions, we don't just tell stories, we build legacy. We bring excellence, strategy, and execution to every project. From powerful sit-down conversations to live events and cinematic visuals, we shine light where it matters most. From Raleigh to around the world, we create media that matters and content that resonates. You've got a story. We've got the team to bring it to life. Call 919-714-9905 or visit BroCodeTVProductions.com. BroCode TV Productions. We do differently.
What's up, good people? Look, we putting out so much dope content here on the Bro Code Show. Hit that subscribe button. Matter of fact, hit that notification button too, so that way you can keep up with all of the awesome information that's going on here. It's your boy, Bro Troy. Back to the show. Let me see if you're a true North Carolinian.
Oh, Lord.
Where do you go to get, what fast food restaurant do you go to get sweet tea?
So first of all, let me say this.
Oh, she had to say first of all.
No, let me say this.
Oh my goodness.
Let me say this. So I'm a vegan now.
But prior to.
I wasn't a vegan. I'm going to name two places.
Okay.
It's either.
Okay.
The first one is probably the real one, but the second one, I just have to give them a shout out because the food is so good. It's either gonna be Smithfield
Okay.
or Bojangles.
That's what you were supposed to say.
Okay.
Like you gonna act like you weren't supposed to sit here and say the Bo.
Bojangles? Come on now. Man, me and my friend
That's the
Chloe used to
Tarjay?
go
That's how you,
there.
that's the Tarjay, right?
We used
Okay.
to go there. So I went to Enloe High School. There was a Bojangles right up the street.
Exactly.
Listen, breakfast, Bowberry biscuits.
You already know.
Lunch, spicy chicken.
You already know. You better have some hot fries to go with them.
Hot fries, some
right.
of those little cherry drinks. Come on now.
Yes. Yes. I was just curious. I wanted to see how much North Carolina you really were.
Bojangles.
Okay,
Man.
how
I
was
know,
you
that
good?
was my spot. Like,
And I'll be honest with you, I like Smithfield, but I'm going there for the barbecue sandwich. That's all I want.
Oh, okay.
And the hush puppies. Then they better be hot. Oh, God. Yes.
absolutely.
Oh, sweet tea, hush puppies? Boy. Oh, my goodness. Hurt yourself. I'm trying to tell you.
But Bojangles was definitely my favorite fast food restaurant.
I can
growing
dig
up.
that. I can dig
Had
that.
to be. It was so good. I was late for first period like every day because me and my homegirl would stop there, and like my teacher was like, "Really? Like, I'm sorry."
And they just got with the program. Just bring me a number one. Yeah, bow rounds, please.
If you're gonna come in here late, at least.
At least.
I know.
Can I at least get the sandwich? Right. That would be me though as a teacher. Like I know you're gonna go as a kid. Just go ahead and bring me a number one. I had the money here when you get here. Let's keep that thing pushing. I'm hungry too.
Exactly.
Right? It's early.
Exactly.
Right.
Right.
I can dig that. Talk to me about matriarchs and patriarchs, like old wisdom. Who is aunties, uncles, grandma, the church deacon, deaconess? I don't know, man. Who was those people or person that really poured in you when you were younger?
My grandmothers, for sure.
Grandma's baby.
You know, look. First, let me preface this by saying my parents, and they're not like matriarchs and patriarchs yet, but they're turning into
That's
now.
right.
They have grandkids,
That's
but
right.
they poured into me just an abundant amount. I am blessed. Melvin and Vivian Lee.
Shout out
Let me
to
tell you
Melvin and
something.
Vivian.
Shout out. They poured into me, and you know my siblings just
That's what's up.
in so many ways, and so I'm so grateful for that. But my grandmothers, one passed away at 93, the other one just a few months ago passed away at 106.
Wow.
Okay,
Wow,
so that's the type of genes.
Popping,
I come
melanin
from.
just pop. You be walking around like, what? We calling you forever. Man, you better back up off me.
Forever.
Right, yes.
No, they just, I mean, one, they lived their lives in a way that just
That speaks volumes.
exemplified,
Yeah.
right? Like strength, wisdom, patience, class, kindness, you know, just putting God first, all of those things, right? I mean, my grandma Ezel, you know, anytime back in the day I would be dating a guy or something, and I would be telling her about him, and she's like, okay, just let me lay my eyes on him. Just let me lay my eyes on him, and then I will let you know.
Yeah.
And I would literally do that, and then come back to her like, okay, so what do you think?
Yeah, that's it. Give
You
me a
know?
report. Right.
Give me a report.
What did those eyes say?
Exactly,
Right.
exactly. She was that grandmother, the one that would dream dreams
Yes.
and call you and say, oh, this is a dream I had, be careful. She was the one that was like, oh, I'm dreaming about fish. Who's
Who pregnant? Right. Yeah.
She was that,
Yeah.
she was that grandmother.
Yeah.
And then my grandma Minnie, oh man, strength. 106?
Yes.
She would say, she would lean forward and say,
Long life.
stand still. And know that I'm your God. Like, you know what I mean? So she would give you that like strong, like stand for God, you know, type of wisdom. And when everyone else turns their back, God is there and just keep going and keep pushing. She was a very strong woman, very strong woman. So yeah, so I would say
Wow.
those are the matriarchs who really kind of poured into me. And my grandfather, one of them, you know, was still alive when I was young. He was an incredible man. He passed away when I was a bit younger, but just incredible, always supportive. You know how the grandfathers are. It's different. They're, I always say, like, when you're a mom, you know, the kids are like, mommy, mommy. But when you're a grandfather, the kids are like, granddad. Like, that's like their favorite person,
Oh, yeah.
you know?
You get away with murder.
Exactly. Granddad.
Yeah,
So
right.
me and my grandfather and my cousin, my little cousin, would jump on the back of his truck and he would ride us around, and it was just great. And he always had some really cool sayings like, before you shoot your mouth off, make sure your brains are loaded.
Yeah.
When you get to the end of your rope, tie a knot and hold on. Like, you know
Hold
what I mean?
on. That's right.
So like those types
Make
of
it happen,
things. Like,
right?
Yes, yes.
Thank you for sharing that.
My grandpa Andrew.
I love that, man. Thank you for sharing that because my grandfather lived to be 101.
Wow.
Yeah, and that old wisdom, it didn't mean the same at 45 now, but at 12 it was just like, you're a mean old man. Nah.
Now you're
He
like,
was preparing me. Like he
Sure.
was really pouring into me. So that sense of work ethic.
Yep.
The tying the end at the end of the rope, man, keep going, find a way, right?
Yes.
Those are all old
Absolutely.
wisdom that still applies
it does.
to today, if not even more.
I was gonna say even more. I think, you know, in the society that we're in, we're used to, we have
Sure.
short attention spans. We want things now. A lot of people don't have patience. You know, you order something, it's at your house in 2 hours.
Oh,
you
my
know,
goodness.
and so I would say some of those things foundationally are so important as you're building whatever it is you're building.
Yeah.
Because it's not gonna be microwave. It's not
right.
gonna be quick sometimes.
right.
You know, so it's foundational.
Yeah, you are going to deal with challenges. It's called
Yeah.
life for a reason. You know, they made a
Exactly.
game about it.
Right.
And in the game,
did.
isn't there challenges, right?
Yeah, ton of 'em.
But who am I? Who are we, right?
Yeah.
So I love that. Thank you
Yeah.
for that. I appreciate you sharing. So you have demanded presence on the court, the basketball
Yeah.
court, as well as in the boardroom, a huge presence in your voice. I'm curious, where did you learn to find that? Where did you know that that was it? Who helped you nurture that to get to know and walk in boldness and confidence in those spaces? What's up, good people? Look, we putting out so much dope content here on the Bro Code Show. Hit that subscribe button. Matter of fact, hit that notification button too, so that way you can keep up with all of the awesome information that's going on here. It's your boy, Bro Troy. Back to the show.
So first I'm gonna take it back to my parents. I think that's really foundational, right? Like how you're raised, just to be confident. A lot of the things I heard growing up, like I think women hear, oh, you're so pretty, you know, you tell little girls that or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I didn't hear that, but a lot of it was like, you're so talented, you're brilliant, you can do this as a kid. Like those were the types of ways in which I was encouraged. And I think that's really important for young people to hear. I think the other way confidence is built is just through doing, right? Like through failing and realizing despite your failures, you'll be fine. Through understanding that you're human and that you're gonna make mistakes, but you have to keep pushing. You have to keep trying. You have to keep going. Why not? It's through meeting people that are doing incredible things, people that are incredibly successful, and realizing you're not smarter than me. You're not more talented than I am. We have very similar resources, so I can do it too, right? And so I think those are the things that have helped me become more confident. And then I would say last, but certainly not least, if anything, this is more important, but I am grounded in my beliefs. I am grounded in my faith. I am grounded in knowing that I'm a child of God. I am grounded in my favorite scripture, Romans 8:28. All things work together for the good of those who love God, of those who are called according to his purpose.
There you go. Let's not forget that part, right?
That, and here's my thing. That doesn't mean that all things feel good
Right,
at the
that's right.
time, but
Said it works,
it's saying,
not feels.
and it's working
Yeah, right.
together, right? So like even those times that I failed or that I felt disappointed or that I was like, it's all working together for my good. And so I think when you understand everything is working together for your good, you're like, I live a foolproof life. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. You know what I mean? Like,
indeed, for sure.
In heavenly places. And so those are the types of things that give me my confidence. It's not in my abilities. It's in knowing who I am, but knowing whose I am.
Whom I am, whose I am,
Yeah.
and who I am. I love that, man. It's bigger than yourself.
Absolutely.
And I never walk alone, so I don't have to be scared, right? So,
Absolutely.
I love that. So what does that look like now? You've developed that for yourself. Now, how do you begin to paint that picture and create ownership for others that are flipping that doubt, playing those mental gymnastics, as I like to call it, and really turning that over for them? How do you help women do that?
Yeah, that's interesting. So first I'll say you're calling me out a little bit because I need to be back on platforms where I'm connecting with people more. Life has gotten busy. You know, 2 kids and a VC
I could dig it.
and all that.
Recently married. Shout out to Mr.
Recently
Hill.
married.
I told you I was gonna shout him out.
But yeah, so life has gotten busy. But I know in my spirit I'm supposed to be connecting with people, right? Via various platforms. And I'll get back to that at some point. But you would be surprised in how much of an impact you can make through simply having conversation.
Sure.
I remember when I first knew that my purpose in life was to uplift women, 3 words, to uplift women. And I use, you know, empower and all these other words, but the 3 words I heard was to uplift women. Okay, because uplifting doesn't always feel good, but it's taking you up,
It's a
right?
movement, right?
It's movement
Right.
up.
It's an action step. Right.
Yes, and so when I realized that was my purpose, I'm like, well, how am I supposed to do that? And this is before Z Pro Prep. How am I supposed to do that? And so I would literally see women in the grocery store, whatever, and be like, wow, your hair looks amazing. Ooh, those shoes, I love that. You're out. And the way that it would light people up, right? I remember, I'm gonna tell this story really quickly. I was at a New Year's Eve party and there was a woman there. She was like an older woman and she was kind of like having fun, you know, dancing. And I remember, I don't know why, but she shared with me something at the party that like she had just gone through a breakup or something like that. And I was like, what? The way you're out here looking, girl, you look good. It's his loss and whatever, you know. And I was like, look at you. And look, you're redhead. She had like red hair. I was like, look at you, you're a redhead, whatever. And she was like, but it's not my true hair color. I dyed it. I was like, so?
Right, I didn't know that.
She was like, you're right. And she started like flicking her hair and she was like, you're right. And like the rest of the night, her whole persona changed. I'm sure she went out the next day and was doing it, right? But you would be surprised and just having a conversation with the person, uplifting them when they tell you something that's happened to them that's, you know, subpar. Like instead of going down in the gutter with them, oh, well, that shouldn't have happened. No, like you've got this. Stand up. Let's go. Let's get it. Like those types of things actually go a long way. And it's something you can do today without feeling like you have to, you know, go start a business or set up a platform or whatever. You can do that today. I would argue that human interaction in today's world is more important than ever.
Yes.
So those are the things that I try to do.
Yeah, I love that. Kindness is free. You know, when people start, I always look at life as a ripple effect, like hold your end of the rope and it doesn't have to be audaciously audacious.
Sure.
You can put a ripple effect of kindness, compassion into the world. You took, 2 minutes of your time and probably walked away, but the rest of her day, the rest of her night was filled with a small sense of what I believe is lost in this world is hope.
Yeah.
You know, and people are looking for hope, you know? So yeah, thank you for that. We need, what does it look like for more people to throw their pebble in the pond and create that ripple effect?
Yeah, and the thing is it's free, but also it's such a small thing that leads to such a large result.
Yes, yes. The
It leads to
rewards are
such a-
endless.
Yes.
The possibilities are endless in
Absolutely.
that space. Absolutely.
And what we're able to do as humans, oh my gosh, like a little bit of hope, a little bit of, you know, you've got this encouragement. I mean, what we're able to accomplish is incredible.
Any camera can press record, but only we create an experience. At Broco TV Productions, we don't just tell stories, we build legacy. We bring excellence, strategy, and execution to every project. From powerful sit-down conversations to live events and cinematic visuals, we shine light where it matters most. From Raleigh to around the world, we create media that matters and content that resonates. You've got a story. We've got the team to bring it to life. Call 919-714-9905 or visit BroCodeTVProductions.com. Brocode TV Productions. We do differently.
What's up, good people? Look, we putting out so much dope content here on the Bro Code Show. Hit that subscribe button. Matter of fact, hit that notification button too, so that way you can keep up with all of the awesome information that's going on here. It's your boy, Bro Troy. Back to the show. That's right. I totally agree. Social media has cut off the social interaction part of it. So we don't do this a lot. We do this a lot.
Sure.
And again, I'm thankful for those spaces.
Yeah.
But I'm even more thankful for spaces like this.
Yeah, it's important.
Right? To share energy, like really be able to share energy. Like, wow, I never thought about it like that. Or to be just to see you in your light and just be.
Yeah.
Right? Just be. So I love that. Yeah. You're passionate about helping underrepresented individuals, whether that is through startup, through entrepreneurs, but I'm curious, is there, I don't know if there's such thing as the perfect entrepreneur to work with? If not, what does that look like and how does that make you feel?
These questions, man, you hit me today, you hit me. So yeah, I don't think there is a perfect entrepreneur. I mean, you could be imperfectly you, which I think is important, but I really like working with individuals who can balance their passion for what they're doing with having the ability to receive constructive feedback so that they're able to grow faster and bigger than they would have been without that feedback. Now, that takes a very special person.
To be teachable.
To be teachable, especially when you're so passionate about something.
It's my baby.
Right, I know. People say, I'm going to say it here, okay? I haven't said this many places, but I'm going to go ahead and drop this. People say, my business is my baby. No, it's not. It's not, and I'm going to tell you why. And I didn't know this. I used to say that too. So I have 2 babies. Okay. If someone came to me right now and said, I'm going to give you $1 billion for your baby, can I have your baby? My heart is gonna be like, $1 billion? But I would never.
Right.
And I'll probably be slightly insulted. You trying to?
Right.
My business?
Right.
Where do I start? I'll use my pen.
I'll use blood. You need some blood. You need it in blood. Right.
So I'm just saying that to say, I get it. Your business is special to you. It's a it's a tool you're using, and it's something you nurture, and so I can understand. But it's make your money off your business. I hope one day my children send a return my way, but that's not the expectation. That's not the expectation.
I wish. Right.
Buy mama a house, though. Okay. But anyway, so, okay, back to your question, which I lost track of.
Is there, not the perfect
perfect entrepreneur.
Right, yeah.
Yes. So just, someone that's teachable, someone that's passionate, right? Someone that makes definitive choices, right? And doesn't let the markets happen to them, but when they see something happening, they make a choice. Sometimes you have to choose between 2 very difficult roads, neither one of them being perfect. And a lot of times I've noticed people, whether we're talking about in business or in life, people sit back and kind of let life happen to them. They let circumstances happen. I like individuals who make the tough choices and say, I'm going to go down this road, understanding that these are the consequences that come along with that, right? Someone who says what they're going to do and they do it to the best of their ability. And if they're unable to, they tell you, I'm unable to, or this is why I didn't achieve that goal.
And make arrangements to move forward, not just a period, but a comma, right? I can't do this, but.
Exactly, exactly. And then the last piece with doing what you say you're gonna do is, even when it comes to revenue, customers, all of that, if you've told me, this is what I'm forecasting I'm gonna do, when you don't reach those goals, it's okay. Tell me, we didn't reach those goals in Q1. We had some setbacks here, here, and here. This is what I learned. This is what we're going to apply to next quarter.
There you go.
So those types of things. Sure, solutions. But I mean, you know, open, honest communication, all of those types of things, right? But the driven piece is very important to me.
You have to believe in what it is that you're doing.
Yes.
Talk to me about innovation shifts. Is there something that's going on now or something that you're forecasting that's going on in the industry that we should be prepared for, but more so acknowledging and starting to apply so we'll be there and not left behind?
That's a great question. I'm going to say this, and I'm sure most of the people watching and listening know this already, but I'm just going to say it. AI is here.
Oh yeah, it's not going anywhere.
It's here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you're not incorporating that into your life already, go ahead and start incorporating that. Quickly.
Yes.
Exactly. Start learning it. Don't, get left behind. I always say, like, the people who don't want to do AI are like the guy that's like, I'm going to use the typewriter forever. Like, okay, but...
See how that works out for you, player.
I don't know where you're going to get that service.
Right.
So yeah, just start incorporating AI. I would say with the incorporation of AI, and look, this is a hunch. I don't, I know what I'm seeing as we do diligence companies on a day-to-day. Just make sure you're continuing to upskill yourself. Okay? This may be a good time if you've always kind of thought about starting a business. Even if it's on the side, right? Even if it's on the side. If it's something that you've been passionate about,
that's right.
Now might be the time to do it.
And reverse engineering AI so it can help you.
Absolutely.
Just a tidbit, keep it moving.
Yes. And I think that AI will be one of those things that some people don't like because I know this is a sensitive subject, but it can do the work of humans. In some ways, not every way, it can reduce...
From a logic perspective.
Right, it can reduce certain aspects.
And the time that we have to spend in the logic perspective.
Right, but I was going to say it can reduce certain aspects of the workforce. I don't think it can eliminate anything.
I agree.
But I do believe the reason we're seeing all these layoffs happen and things is because there's going to be, I think, a little reduction amongst certain types of roles. Okay? But we will still need humans there.
Right.
So I'm saying that to say, prepare yourself by one, upskilling yourself on AI, understand how you're using it in your life, at your job, whatever you do, right? Become that expert where people are coming to you. But the second thing is, like I said, if you've ever wanted to start a little side situation, even something huge, if you want to start a high growth startup, whatever.
Do it.
But I'm specifically speaking about people who are trying to find ways to incorporate into what they're already doing. This might be a time to start to explore that using those AI tools just to ensure that you have more than one source of income. I think that's going to be really important in the next 3 to 5 years.
Yeah, absolutely. Any specific, you don't have to, well, I have to ask specifically, any specific tools or platforms that you have found that have worked best for you, or those that are in the entrepreneurship world that would help get their start? Anything, is there any value in any of those spaces that you found?
So I'm going to take it back to the old school ChatGPT, and here's why. And I am on the paid version. And if you're on the paid version, make sure you go in. And if whatever you're talking to chat about, you don't want it to be on the LLM, go in, change your settings to say, do not share my information with the LLM. You have to actually do that. It's automatically set on to share, even if you have the paid version. Okay. But I digress. So, and the reason I use ChatGPT, I use it as a tool to find other tools.
Sure.
So like whatever you need. If you're like, oh, I need some go-to-market help, or I need, a platform that can create videos, whatever. I feel like ChatGPT does a pretty good job of letting you know what other tools and resources are out there. So, I'm an OpenAI chick in and out. So yeah, I use OpenAI.
What's up, good people? Look, we putting out so much dope content here on the Bro Code Show. Hit that subscribe button. Matter of fact, hit that notification button too, so that way you can keep up with all of the awesome information that's going on here. It's your boy, Bro Troy. Back to the show. We're back on the Bro Code Show. Your path from performing arts to venture capital to CEO, it's really not typical, but it's very powerful. It is. You used this word earlier, pivot, right? They wrote a show about it. Right? It's probably the most overused word since 2020, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But it's impactful and it speaks to everybody's path because you had to do just that. You had to figure it out.
Yep.
I say all that to, what has been your biggest pivot? What has been your biggest 180 and aha moment as it pertains to your journey, not just through entrepreneurship, but just through life, period?
Yep. So I've used the word pivot. Mm-hmm. I've been using the word pivot since I was in elementary school.
Excuse me.
And let me tell you why. Pivot is a dance move. It's a basketball term. You know, it's a lot of things, but it's a dance move.
That makes sense.
And what's interesting to know about a pivot, and I spoke about this at a talk I did, there's something that people miss about the importance of a pivot. Mm-hmm. So when they say the word pivot, they just mean switch directions, change directions. Mm-hmm. What's important about a pivot is that there's one foot that's moving while the other foot never leaves the ground. One foot stays stationary. Think about basketball.
That's true. In basketball,
one foot stays stationary while the other foot moves. Mm-hmm. Because if both feet move, you're all over the place. Right. So I think what's important to remember about a pivot is that in order to successfully pivot, you've got to have one foot planted. You've have to have something that's on a strong, a firm foundation. So I just wanted to throw that out there. But my largest pivot was certainly going from, the arts and entertainment world to now becoming a VC. That was an incredibly challenging
I can only imagine. Yeah, indeed.
Because both of those industries are very tough to get into. But I had mastered one of the industries. Right. The other one, this one was new for me, becoming a VC. And so what I did to make this pivot was, one, I identified what needed to happen for people to take me seriously in the world of business. Right. That was the first thing. And so I alluded to this before, but I understood the grassroots space. I understood kind of, that type of ecosystem, but I needed to understand big business. I needed to understand enterprise, and I needed to be taken seriously. Mm-hmm. And so for me, it was kind of like, hey, go to a top business school. Because all I need for you to do is take my phone call. All I need you to do is crack the door open, right? I've been hustling since before this MBA. So now with this MBA, I'm gonna get the conversation. And if I can get the conversation, I can probably land the gig. So that was a big pivot. Becoming a VC, people always ask me, how did you become a venture capitalist? I think 2% of people who try to become VCs, and like, there's a smaller percentage that are women, there's a smaller percentage that are women of color. So I believe, and this is that foundational foot that I was talking about in the pivot. For me, I've always stood on understanding what your differentiators are. It's the same. It's my blueprint for how I trained my women in Z Pro Prep. We got placements on teams like the Lakers, the Hawks, the Falcons, the Hornets, the Panthers, the Jets, the Buccaneers, all over the world. And it was one blueprint that I would use. And this is what you do. You understand really critically what your strengths are. You blow your strengths out of the water so that when you walk into a room, you're probably going to be the best person at that thing. Your opportunity areas or weaknesses, you get them up to par, right? You want to get them up to par. You don't want them to be so bad that like you stand out in the room as like not knowing this thing or not being able to do this thing. Right. So you want to get those things up to par, but you actually want to spend more of your time focused on your strengths. A lot of times people focus so heavily on their weaknesses or their opportunity areas, and they get them up to par, but they haven't been working on their strengths. And so they become very mediocre. And so one thing that I've always done, and this is how I got into this role, I focus on those strengths, those differentiators. What are you going to get from me that you're not going to get from anybody else?
That's right.
And so that's how I got into this role. That's how I made that pivot.
That's what makes me different. I love your word choice too, because I have no weaknesses, but I have many opportunities to get better.
Yep.
I have space for grace, and I have spaces that need to be poured into.
Yep.
But nothing about me is weak.
That's right.
Yeah, nothing about me
Just
is weak.
opportunity areas.
Yeah, I love that. Words matter. They do. And the words that you speak to yourself matter the most. So I love that. And this is a great segue, because now I want to talk about mental wellness. You pour into many. You exude confidence. The melanin is definitely popping. But what does that look like for pouring into your own cup when, man, you're no good to anyone else until you're good to yourself, right? Like I can't pour from an empty cup, nor do I want to.
Sure.
So there's non-negotiables that I've created for myself. And the stage of life that I'm in, what is most important to me is peace. So I say all that, and I bring all that up because I'm curious to know, what does that look like for you? How do you pour into your cup? How do you vibe out?
Any camera can press record, but only we create an experience. At BroCode TV Productions, we don't just tell stories, we build legacy. We bring excellence, strategy, and execution to every project. From powerful sit-down conversations to live events and cinematic visuals, we shine light where it matters most. From Raleigh to around the world, we create media that matters and content that resonates. You've got a story. We've got the team to bring it to life. Call 919-714-9905 or visit BroCodeTVProductions.com. BroCode TV Productions. We do differently.
What's up, good people? Look, we putting out so much dope content here on the Bro Code Show. Hit that subscribe button. Matter of fact, hit that notification button too, so that way you can keep up with all of the awesome information that's going on here. It's your boy, Bro Troy. Back to the show.
You know, that's challenging. And I'm still figuring those things out, right? Being a newer mom, you know, I'm still figuring those things out. I will say that I have to pour from an overflow.
Sure.
Because if I start pouring from my supply,
Right.
you can do that for a
Deficit,
little bit,
right,
and then you start to operate at a deficit. And listen, I'm not my best self when I'm at a deficit. Whether we're talking about deficits of sleep, food, love, attention, whatever, I'm just not my best self. And so for me, to be honest, I'm at my best self when I make sure I take time to spend with God. And I mean that, right? I'm not trying to say the right answer. I don't even know. Some people might be like, oh, you know, that's baloney. But I'm serious. I've noticed a pretty major difference when I spend time with my creator, when I spend time with the one who made me, right? In prayer and worship, those types of things fill my cup. And then I'm able to pour from that overflow. I can absolutely tell when I haven't been spending time in my word or with God, or, having conversations with people who, we're like-minded as far as our spiritual beliefs, and, haven't been able to do those things. I can absolutely tell because I get cranky and I do start to feel depleted. But that's been a question, and I'm still on the journey to find the answer, because there are some times I'm like, God, I don't know how I'm going to get through these next few hours. This is what I have on my list, and this is how much energy I have. But every time I pray, get on my knees, do some worship, sing a song, let it go, for some reason I'm energized and I'm able to move forward, whether it's with something for work, with my family, with my husband, whatever the thing is. And so, you've got to find your source. And that's what it's about. It's about your source. What is your source? Right? What is that source of inspiration, strength, whatever? And for me, it's God all day. It's the Lord.
It's the Lord. I love it. I love it. And it's great too. And I agree with you, of you finding your source, your space, whatever that is, and tripling down in that, right? What is it that makes you feel the best? We're doing a series with the young men that we're talking with in social emotional learning. We're talking about self-awareness. That's step one. And then centering that around mindset, right? controlling the controllables. What is it that you control? What space can you be accountable in this, and making sure that you are showing up as your best self. And doing that with middle school kids. So,
oh, nice.
Yeah, man, like what does it look like for a 10, 11, 12-year-old to get a piece of that, man?
That's
How
amazing.
much greater would they be as an adult if these are things that they can reflect on in the now? Especially with the way the world is, in the manner in the direction by which it's going. So, yes, indeed, man, filling those cups. We're gonna have some fun. Yeah, we did a little research. Don't be scared.
Okay.
Yeah, I went on social
Research.
media.
It wasn't me.
I went on social media and I grabbed some photos that I found.
Okay.
We're gonna do this thing called the picture segment. In this segment, we always like to do something personal, and just so the audience can connect with a little bit more about you, we went online and we got a few pictures that we thought were cool. We're gonna share them with you. We would love for you to talk about who's in the picture, maybe what was happening, and why did you share it with the world? I just texted them to you. Let's start with the first one.
Yes. Oh my goodness. This is with my sweet baby Zanaya.
Yeah.
My daughter, she's my oldest, my eldest child. She's 3 now.
Okay.
She was on her first little flight ride.
Is this her first plane ride?
This is her first little plane.
Oh, that's why you needed the ear ride for the ears
That's
popping,
why I had
right?
the little ear, yeah. So we were on the way to actually visit, and this picture is my husband.
Yeah, that's Mr. Hill right there.
That's
What up,
Mr.
Mr. Hill?
Hill.
Right? Yeah.
Mr. Hill, my love.
Yes.
We were on the way to Georgia, I believe, visiting his family.
Wow.
So she was going to see her grandparents. We were hanging out.
And that would be their first time seeing her.
No, they came up when she was born.
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
for sure,
yeah,
for sure.
Thought about that,
But we
right?
were yeah. So then we were going down. Let me see what. Oh, she's got her little teddy bear, her little earbuds.
Yeah.
It looks like Mr. Hill has a kind bar in his lap. We were hungry.
He was being prepared too now, right?
Right, absolutely. So we're just excited and hanging out on a Delta flight. You can probably see the symbol there, but yeah, my daughter's Zanaya, her first plane ride.
I love it. I sent you another one.
Okay. Yes, come on now. The caption says, "If it had not been for the Lord on my side." Let me tell you something. My husband, he surprised me for a trip for my birthday.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Hill.
Mr. Hill,
He all right. Like, man, you can.
yeah, I hit the jackpot. So we were in Mexico.
Okay.
At this little resort. It was amazing. Adults only.
Okay. We had a good time.
We had a good time, right? But it was fantastic. We were in Mexico, and I just remember that spot. It just felt like almost like on top of the world, you know? And so I was like, you've got to capture this. And this was probably day 3, you know?
Okay. Oh, you were feeling yourself by now.
I was feeling myself, you know? Glasses on, real fancy, got my heels on, you know? So yeah, so that was a great day.
That's really dope. That's really dope.
Yes.
I sent you one more.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Now this is my wedding day.
Okay.
So remember my grandmothers I was telling you about. So to the right is my grandma. So they were both at my wedding having a great time.
Yeah.
So I'm so happy I have these pictures. On the right is my grandma Ezel, the one that just needed to lay her eyes on you.
Right, you gotta lay them eyes.
That's right.
So did she lay eyes on Mr. Hill?
She did.
She had to lay eyes on him.
She had to lay her eyes on him, and
Okay.
she was like, I think I like
She
him.
did. She gave a good report.
She said he's patient. She was like, you're gonna need somebody patient. I'm like, hold on, what you mean?
She know her baby.
Yes.
So you got big energy, baby.
Right.
You gonna need somebody patient.
You gonna need somebody patient. Yeah, she used to call me Hot Mama. She's like, Hot Mama gonna need somebody patient. And then to my husband's left is my grandma Minnie, the one that passed at 106, the strong woman that was full of life. And then
yes, I
she's
get that
incredible.
just from the picture.
She's strong. I mean, I'm telling you, up till the 2 weeks before she passed away, my dad would say it all the time. He would be like, I can't, if they got in an argument, she was gonna win. Strong, like strong. He's like, okay, Mom, okay.
And never lost that voice, even
No.
later on in age. Like it was always that way. Wow.
I have a video of her when she was like 100, and she was speaking so strong. And so then to the right of my grandma Ezel, that's my mother, Vivian.
Okay.
Yes, the mother of the bride. She's just, I mean, if you meet her, just the class that she exudes in all situations.
Yeah.
Right? When most people would lose their cool, just classy, always. Very much the yin to my dad's yang, right? Just always kind of being proper, knowing what to do, you know, just a good woman. This is how good she was. You know, she never got a spanking when she was growing up.
Come on.
Not once.
Come on.
Never got a spanking. My dad will tell that story. He's like, this is why she never got a spanking.
He was proud of that thing too. Yeah.
She won a citizenship award in her high school. Like, she's incredible. Incredible woman.
Wow.
And then to the right of my grandma Minnie, excuse me, to the left of my grandma Minnie is my father, Melvin Lee. And just a leader.
Yeah.
Confident. You want to talk about confidence. I would get them tickets to the Hawks games. He would be on the sidelines telling the players, because the tickets were closed, Marvin, just be confident. You got it. Joe, Josh, y'all got this? To play with confidence. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Dad, please sit down.
Like,
I love you.
But I mean, just not afraid to talk to anyone. And everyone
Never met a
loves
stranger.
him.
Yeah.
He's one of those people, everybody just loves him, right? And then you can barely see it, but my daughter Zanaya, who was our flower girl, she's in the picture with her grandfather.
That's love.
I think that's everybody in this picture. So there were a lot of other amazing people at the wedding, but that's this picture. And of course, the bride, me, Zakiya.
We had to be popping, right?
Right,
I know.
popping, me and my hubby. So, yeah.
We thought that those were some really nice pictures. Thank you for sharing.
Yes,
I appreciate that.
of course. Thank you.
Our show, as we land this plane, our show is called The Bro Code. People think of that. They think of a set of standards or, you know, maybe laws that they treat themselves and others by. But when you hear that, the thing called the code, what's the code that you live by, a manner by which you treat yourself and others? Up, good people, look, we putting out so much dope content here on the Bro Code Show. Hit that subscribe button. Matter of fact, hit that notification button too, so that way you can keep up with all of the awesome information that's going on here. It's your boy, Bro Troy. Back to the show.
Yeah, that's a tough one. There's a few things, but what I'm feeling right now, and something that's been a theme the last few months, is character. You know, they tell people when they're performing, when they're acting, never break character, right? You never come out of character. And that essentially, from a performance perspective, means, you know, you always never break your role. So if your character's a bad guy, never, you know, break that character. And so character is always the same. Character sustains. Your character is so important. It's who you are when no one is looking. It's who you are to yourself when you promise yourself you're going to do something. So what is your character like? And so for me recently, that has been incredibly important, character, and ensuring that I always uphold the highest level of character. Something that I'll always be proud of. Something that my children could be proud of. And so just making sure that I always operate in a way that's excellent, whether someone sees it or not, whether someone knows about it or not, because I'm going to know. And of course, God is going to know. But that's kind of been my code. Don't break your excellent character for anyone. Even when you get upset. I don't always do it perfectly. When you get upset, when something happens, just stay in your character. Don't let anyone change who your character is. Don't break character because of someone else's ignorance or because of someone else's, lack of self-esteem or whatever the case may be. And I think that's particularly relevant in the world we live in today with social media, and people are just saying all types of things and doing all types of things and feel like they can be disrespectful and feel the need to be disrespectful. Don't break character.
Yeah.
You know who you are, stand in that
That's it.
strongly.
Stand on business.
Yes.
Indeed, indeed, and love it. We appreciate you, but
Yes.
before we leave, we want to make sure individuals can connect with you.
Sure.
So, what's next? How can people connect with you, and where do they need to go?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, I'm on LinkedIn. I feel like I used to be so cool when I had my business because of, I was in the pro cheer and dance world. Now I feel like it's so nerdy. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. I am on Instagram. And you know what? I'm going to get more active because of this show. I'm going to get back active. I was incredibly active. I'm going to get back active. So a couple of places. If you want to connect with my company page, Z_Pro Prep. Mm-hmm. I'm still sort of active there.
Yeah,
and then,
okay.
If you want to connect with me on my personal page, Zakiya Alta Lee. Mm-hmm. So ZAKIYA.
That heel though.
I know he gonna get there's no heel. Zakiya Alta Lee, ALTALEE. And that's the same place that's the same way you can connect with me on LinkedIn, Zakiya Alta Lee.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Before we go, I'd be remiss. I have a 16-year-old daughter.
Yes.
I would love you to speak to the teenagers right now, to the youth right now. Speak to the hearts of the young girls that maybe are dealing with feeling unworthy, maybe are feeling less than, not sure if they belong. What do you say to that young lady, and how do you speak to their hearts?
That's a great question. A couple of things. One, be confident in who you are. Which many times looks completely different from the people around you. Mm-hmm. But that's what makes you unique. That's what makes you special. Be confident in who you are. Mm-hmm. Move forward in that confidence. Mm-hmm. Try not to get too caught up. And I know it's hard at 16, but looking to the right or to the left, try to stay focused on the things you want to accomplish. You have something you've been thinking about, some goal in your head you've been thinking about. You can absolutely accomplish it, but you have to move forward with confidence. Don't worry about what other people say. I know what you're hearing right now feels like the most important thing to you. I know the relationship that you just, broke up with your boyfriend, or what happened at the prom, or not getting asked out. I know that feels so important to you right now, and I get it, but I promise you, you're gonna look back at this time and realize it wasn't that serious, right? And so what I want you to do is to move forward in the confidence of who you are. What you carry, young woman, you have no idea the power, the strength, what's inside of you, the businesses that will come out of you, the ideas that will be birthed out of you. Just keep moving forward, keep pushing, and know that you are enough. I'm not gonna lie to you. You're not more than enough. You're enough. Because if you're more than enough, there's something that you still have to do. But you are absolutely enough for whatever God has created you to do in this world. You are enough. When things happen unexpectedly, or when things happen that you don't like or that don't go in your favor, try to make it work. But if it doesn't, remember, it's working out for your good. And you're going to look back one day and say, I'm so glad that didn't work out for me. Mm-hmm. And the last thing is that when you have the opportunity to rest, rest. I see so often people have an opportunity to rest. Maybe it's they've lost a job, and lost a relationship, they lost whatever, and they stress and they worry the entire time. Mm-hmm. Don't stress, don't worry, stand still and just rest. Take your time to rest. Take your time to revive yourself and re-energize yourself. But more importantly, remember, you are enough.
You are enough. You heard it right here. Zakiya Alta Lee-Hill on the Bro Coach Show.
Yeah.
Till the next time, thank you, Queen. I appreciate you coming to bless us.
Thank you.
With the melanin, the confidence, and all of the kind words.
Yeah.
Till the next time, it's your boy, Bro Troy. Peace.
Any camera can press record, but only we create an experience. At Bro Code TV Productions, we don't just tell stories, we build legacy. We bring excellence, strategy, and execution to every project. From powerful sit-down conversations to live events and cinematic visuals, we shine light where it matters most. From Raleigh to around the world, we create media that matters and content that resonates. You've got a story. We've got the team to bring it to life. Call 919-714-9905 or visit BroCodeTVProductions.com. BroCode TV Productions. We do differently.
What's up, good people? Look, we putting out so much dope content here on the Bro Code Show. Hit that subscribe button. Matter of fact, hit that notification button too, so that way you can keep up with all of the awesome information that's going on here. It's your boy, Bro Troy. Back to the show. But on the Bro Code Show, we certainly believe that words matter. And before the show, I asked you, I said, hey, what's a word that you would use to describe yourself? Now, you gave me a couple of them,
I
but
did.
the one that I really found interesting, you said the word tenacious. I'm curious, let the people know, why did you choose this word?
When I look back over my life and over my body of work, and I look at those things that I've accomplished, what you don't see is the failures. What you don't see is how long it took me, how many years I prepared or trained or did whatever I was doing to accomplish that goal. And it took an incredible amount of tenacity and drive and dedication and refusal to give up for me to achieve the things that I've achieved thus far. And so I felt the word tenacious was just appropriate in describing myself and my journey. I'm relentless, and I refuse to give up.
I love it. So we use a $2 bill as a keepsake, and where that came from is from my grandmother, right? So my grandmother used to give us funny pieces of money. So I remember the Susan B. Anthony $50, right? Silver dollars and stuff like that. But I'll never forget good old $2 bill. This real money too. I don't know other show that does that, but this is how we do on the Bro Code Show. Yeah,
run it.
We're different. With that being said, we put the word tenacious on it.
Love that.
Also, our favorite word, which is our segment, which is you matter, and that's important. I've signed it, and then my hope is that you'll use this as a way, whenever those days are, that you'll be reminded of the Bro Code experience, number one, and number two, that you'll use this to remind you just how tenacious you are. So from us to you, we appreciate you.
Ooh, this is a new one too.
Yeah, nice and crispy too, straight from the bank. Yes,
Got
sir.
all the little people on the back.
Got them new serial numbers.
The parliament making choices on the back.
You already, if they can make better choices, right? Anyway, I digress.
They didn't know. They didn't know where this was going.
Indeed.
Thank you.
From center stage to startup success, Zakiya Alta Lee reminds us that confidence is a choice, purpose is a process, and faith is the foundation. If this conversation moved you, make sure to follow the Bro Code Show for more stories that inspire and uplift. And remember, when you live by your code, the world can't help but notice.
Zakiya, we've talked about a lot, but we look at the Bro Code as not just a show, but an experience. Let the people know about your experience.
Oh my goodness, my experience on the Bro Code?
Yeah, how did you like
this
the
was
show?
great. This was so fun. Unfiltered conversation. I felt incredibly comfortable just, talking to you, and it was great. Very comfortable, and very unrehearsed, and I like that. Real. You got to the nitty gritty of things. You got to the real of things. And so that's important. Yeah. I think the Bro Code is great because if you're asking these types of questions, then this is an incredible, valuable resource for people to be able to get real life knowledge and information from people who've lived through certain things, right? That's huge. Unrehearsed, unscripted. Like it's necessary. So keep doing it. And I'll come back. Like once I do a million other things, I'll come back.